Hi there, welcome back. So this is a new to me shop. I'm very excited about this order. So this is a company out of Hong Kong. They make leather goods and accessories to go with it. So this I did not pay for. I reached out to them. They actually have an ambassador program. And so I reached out, filled out the little form on their website, and pretty quickly I got a response. I was actually surprised. It was the same day that they had responded back and asked if I could give some details on my thoughts of what I wanted to use this for. And I had very specific thoughts pretty much in my head of what I had planned on using it for. So the person that reached out to me is one of the co-founders, Laura, and we bounced messages back and forth. So I started this process July 18th and it is now August 16th and I have it in my hands. Like I said, it does come from Hong Kong. I believe it took about 2 weeks for it to ship, and I think their turnaround time does say like 2 to 3 weeks for it to be made, and then it was 14 days of shipping. So it came pretty quickly. I was really surprised. I actually expected it to take a lot longer. So let's get into it. And then I have some things I'm going to tell you about the company. So the company themselves are called MeePlus, and have quite a few different items in here. So let's get everything unwrapped. Okay. So we have everything out of the packaging except for the inserts, and we'll get to those. By looking at this, you might be able to tell what this kind of is similar to. I have a little page lifter with a closure and a pin loop. And this pin loop, look, they have 2 different sizes, and I did not ask which size she was sending me. So that's a Pro Gear Slim. It fits that one okay. I don't know that it would fit much thicker than that, so maybe this is the slimmer one. I'm not sure. I will reach out and ask if this is the slimmer or the wide. But I did remember seeing somebody say that the slim one was very tight and fit like pencils and things, so maybe this is the wider one. But it fit the Pro Gear Slim just fine, and I can pull out other pins. Once we kind of get it together, I'll pull out some other pins and see what we can fit in this pin loop. So I'm so excited for this. Also, I'm sure you can guess the color that I chose as well. They have tons of different colors, so this is exciting. All right. So pretty. Nice little dust bag. So these are all handmade. And the leather, I'm not sure if it'll have, oh, it looks so pretty. Oh no, it looks gorgeous. Oh, it's so pretty. Oh, I love that leather. Nice. So yes, it's very similar to another planner that I use. It's very nice. Very nice. Looks very well made. Oh, I like that. So these ends are not sharp. If you know, you know. These are nicely smoothed. I like that. Okay, so this is the Pueblo leather. And I got this for work. I think this is going to make an excellent work planner, binder. I will go through kind of what I told her that my thoughts are for it. But I love that it's just minimal. There's like nothing, no stamping, no, I don't see any kind of like, you know, how they say what the brand name is or anything like that. There's nothing on this at all. These are Krause rings. Yep, they are Krause rings. Very tight. Nice. Oh, I love this. I'm just trying to look. I'm always nosy to see how these things connect. It's cool. Oh, I think the plate. Okay, so I guess this plate just attaches to this plate. Makes sense. Okay. So we have a ring protector. Lovely. So they have 2 sets of sizes of rings. So for those of you who do not like the little baby 11 millimeter, they do 13 millimeter rings too. I believe it's 13 millimeter. No, it's 16 millimeter. So you can do the 11 millimeter rings in the mini. In the pocket size, you can get 11 millimeter rings or 13 millimeter rings. In the narrow, they have 11 millimeter. In the personal, they have 11 millimeter and 16 millimeter. And then in the A5, which is what I have, they have the 11 millimeter and 16 millimeter. They also offer 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 different colors. I got olive. So I love their color options. Now that's just the standard and the Pueblo leather. Let's look at the other. So they also have Buttero leather that is available in the mini, pocket, narrow, personal, and A5. And it looks like that only has 11 millimeter rings, but you may be able to customize that. You can always reach out to them. They have 4 different colors. So they have black, light brown, dark brown, and natural in the... Oh, they even let you... Look, you can even customize the color of your rings and your... Or the color of your spine and then the color of your rings. I love the customization. They offer so many different, like, customizabilities. So the rings protector, it was like $5 extra, I think. And then this band, so the lifter with band, you can get it for $8, but I think with the pin loop it goes up. It's more expensive. And then they also have a leather card holder that you can purchase as well to put in here for your cards. But I love the options. They have so many options with this. So the A5 in the Pueblo leather, which is what I have, is with 11 millimeter rings, is $199. So this cover would be $199, and then $5 extra for this, and then I believe it is $18 for this whole thing. Is that right? Let me check. $14 if you get the wide pen holder. Yeah, I think this is wide. It holds 15 millimeter diameter pens. The smaller one only holds 9 millimeter diameter pens. So I think this would be the wide one. So in A5 size with the elastic band and the wide pen holder in olive is $19. Now you can get it in black for $14. Let's see. It looks like all the colors are $19, but the black you could get it standard just with the black pen loop for $14. So that's nice. That's not a bad price. Okay, I did not get a card holder, but I did ask for some inserts as well. And we will do a pen test and test some of the papers to see how they hold up for fountain pen, and I'll tell you the prices of these. So this is called the SlimPad. in Pueblo olive. So I'm just going to let you know a little bit about, I did ask Laura if there was anything that I could share with you guys about their company. Customization. MeePlus offers made-to-order leather binders. Customers can choose their preferred leather color, the spine color and ring size, and accessories. In the future, we are also considering launching engraving and charm options. Nice. I like that. Craftsman and quality. We prioritize customer service and quality control above all else. Each MeePlus leather binder is handcrafted by skilled artisans. We're meticulous about materials, craftsmanship, and details. It's all about delivering a product that feels personal and well made. Oh, I love that. I'm also going to just give you a little bit of information that they have on their website. So just like a little about them. MeePlus was established in 2023 by its founders, Laura and her husband, Toby. Based in Hong Kong, MeePlus crafts premium leather notebooks to inspire self-reflection and personal growth. Our name embodies our mission, helping you become the best version of me, a MeePlus. I think that's really cute. One of the co-founders of MeePlus, Laura, is a passionate advocate of planners and has been using them since high school for journaling, note-taking, and scheduling. Toby brings over 10 years of experience in leather crafting industry, having previously operated a 10-person leather workshop specializing in handmade leather bags and products. As the internet and smartphones increasingly compete for people's attention, there has been a growing trend of individuals returning to paper planners or notebooks, which we know, right? That's why we're all here. We all love paper and analog items. Consequently, more and more clients of leather workshops express interest in ordering planners from them. So I guess that's kind of how this all began. In 2023, Laura and Toby officially transitioned their workshop to focus on producing genuine leather planners, aiming to provide customers with a wider range of sizes and materials at more affordable prices, which was kind of why I looked at them. Thus enabling more people to afford genuine leather planners. Again, these are an investment. It's not going to be for everybody, but they do start at, I think $99 for their smaller sizes. So just depending on, what you're getting into. Yeah, with the Pueblo leather, they offer, they also have a little mini one. It's like wider than it is tall. And they have it in, so they have 4 different types of leather. I'm going to get back to that. I feel like I'm all over the place with this. But it is it's called the Mini Reporter. And see the size of that one? It's just long or taller than it is. And I guess you flip it up that way. It's really, yeah, look at that. That's cool. I like that. That would be nice for just taking notes. It just has like the 3. That's nice. Okay. I like that. All right, so let's get back to the leather. So like I said, they have 4 different types of leather. So they have the Pueblo, which is probably your kind of mid, maybe? Or maybe that's the lower. Yeah, I think the Pueblo is cheaper. Okay. So the Pueblo starts at $99 depending on size. Then they have the Buttero, I'm sorry, I have a problem saying that, where they have 4 colors of that one available in all sizes. They have British Bridal, which looks super like luxe and shiny. It's veg tan leather that comes from Sedgwick & Co. in the UK. Strong and durable. Oh, okay. It's generally used for making horse gear. So I guess that's why it's called bridal. Okay, so that one has 4 colors as well. They have the black, navy, London, which is like a caramelly color, and then Australia nut, which is like a dark, warm, brownish color. And then last is the waxed leather, and I kind of wish I had gotten one of these, but I will be back and I will be ordering one of these because, oh, it's so pretty. I just don't know what size to get. So this one has 5 different colors, and these are really neat. So they're called waxed Margot Fog. So they are like so cool looking. I really like that. But they have black, olive. I don't know if you can see these colors. So black, olive, wine red, light brown, and then dark brown. And again, you can customize everything that you want to on them and get the size you want. And the Pueblo is, or I'm sorry, the wax Pueblo is $119 starting. Looks like the mini is $119, the pocket's $129. The narrow is $169, as is the personal, and then the A5 is $239. Now that is on the waxed Pueblo leather. So the others are going to be different prices, but you should just check them out. I don't want to sit here and take up all your time just talking about pricing. I do want to set this up. I'm very excited. So what I had kind of talked to Laura about whenever she asked me like what I wanted from this or what I thought I would be able to get from this. Most of you know I've started a new job. I'm now the branch manager of the company that I work for, and so I wanted something that could go with me because I have to go out and make sales calls. I have to always keep up with appointments and meetings and things with my team. And so what I initially thought was that this would be perfect. It's a perfect size to keep everything in it. So let's kind of see what we can do. So I would definitely keep my page lifter in the back. That's, well, I say that, but with the pin loop on it, I think I picked up, let me see. Yeah, I did. Okay. So they didn't offer everything. Plotter is very similar. They actually have things on their website that show what works, which all of this stuff seems to work with Plotter. But I did pick up some things because they didn't have like these page lifters. I just wanted some divider type things to kind of make sure that I have everything that I need. So this comes with 2 dividers, and then I also have this, which I have in my little personal size plotter. I'm sure you guys have seen it, and it's just the little page, because it has a little tab up here. So I'll be using these things as well. I did pick up some other things too. I really am a huge fan of the plotter paper. So I did pick up some of their inserts because of how they work. I'm familiar with the paper, and I also like the layout that they have on them. So I did pick up a few of them, but I did get the yearly, which has all of the months. Now they're not dated, but let me show you these. These look really neat. I have grid paper, and it looks like there's quite a few sheets. I'm not sure. They have two different kinds of paper. They have regular and they have lightweight. So I'm not sure if this is regular or lightweight, but we will open it up and get into it. So let's look at this. This looked really interesting to me. And I have so many stickers that I can date these myself. Right? Lots of stickers. Ooh, this paper feels so nice. Oh, so this is like a whole year. How many of them do you get? It's like a whole year. I didn't know that. I thought these were just like, that's nice because you could do one for work things and one for personal things if you just wanted to keep one planner. So it came with 1, 2, 3. Oh wait, hang on. I forget they fold out. So let's go this way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's like 5 years. Well, that's awesome. I didn't know that. So if you put this in here, then you have, just close it so you can see, but it folds out. And so you have your January, February, March, April, May, June, and then July, August, September, October, November, December. How clever. I do like that. That's cool. So I am planning on using this for the rest of the year, but most of the places that I get stuff from are sold out of the like yearly calendars. So I will date this one and I'll just put my stuff on here. But I also have stuff that I'm going to use for like the weekly. So let's see. This paper is really nice. And I have a whole bunch of it. Wow. Okay, so it's a little thicker. I feel like. Okay, so I got the blank, the 5mm grid. Oh, they have dailies. If that's what you're looking for, they have dailies. And I'm not sure if this is the thick paper or the thin paper, but it is so smooth. But they have an ultra thin lightweight series. Okay. Now it looks like the lightweight series is white and this is cream. Okay, so we'll have to do some tests, but just remember, if you're going to go on there and buy paper, they do have a Tomoe River paper. The show through without the bleed through. But we're going to test this paper while we've got it out. I have to grab some fountain pens. I just wanted to make sure 13 pound, 50 grams white is the light paper, the lightweight paper. And then the, what they call the thick series is 120, 32 pound. Relatively thick. I mean, I don't feel like this is thick, but I don't feel like it's Tomoe River paper. So I think this might be the thick series. And if you look at it, it looks like the lightweight series is more of a white color. And this looks, yeah, like 32 pound paper. I don't know. I've worked with 32 pound paper for years and it's really good with fountain pens. But yeah, let's test this paper out. So maybe these, oh, I didn't realize that maybe, are these different paper? No, I think they feel roughly the same, but they are different color. Well, maybe this is the thick and this is the lightweight. No, they're the same. I just don't think this is coated like the other. Okay. So let's do a quick test on, we'll just do a test here on this. Okay, so now you guys know me. I'm generally a fan of medium-ish nibs. So we'll test the Pelican M800 with a medium nib, Twisby with a broad nib, has shimmer in it so we can kind of see. My Leonardo has a medium nib, but this has KWZ honey, and it shades pretty nicely on other papers, so we'll just do some tests. And then this is my Monarch nib, so it's the fine Monarch. So let's do a little bit of testing on the paper, because I know, isn't that what we're mainly worried about this year? So finding good paper has been a bit of an issue. All right, just in case it bleeds, I don't think it will, but just in case, I'm just gonna put my little blotter paper down behind it. So we'll test the Leonardo. Now, like I said, this has a medium nib, but it's the KWZ honey. It's good with shading. So Memento Zero, Kintsugi with a medium nib. It has KWZ honey. Okay, so right off the bat, writing on this paper is very smooth and very nice. Now that is with the medium. I will do my fine Monarch. Very smooth. It does not look like it's any feathering or anything like that, but I'll flip it over after we do some good tests with this. This is my Pelican M800, also with a medium nib. It's going to be a little broader than that one, and it has Ferris Wheel Press Steeped Umber in it. Very nice writing experience. Nice smooth paper. This is Ferris Wheel Press Steeped Umber. Beautiful. Here we go with the chonker. This this nib is, and the ink, like the combination of these two is lovely. I have used so much of this ink. I write with it all the time. I love this ink. Oh, let me zoom you in. That might be a little more beneficial, right? So you can actually see what is going on. Okay. We have it agitated enough. Now, I don't know. This thing probably needs cleaned. You can see my feed is all gunked up with that shimmer, but it was writing just fine. It's a champ, but I think it's probably in need of a good cleaning. This has been inked up since I've got this ink. It's been a while. So Twisby, Eco White with a broad nib. This thing's laying down a lot of ink. I'm trying to watch it as it dries because I almost feel like it was feathering, but when I look at it, I don't think it did. I really don't think that it did feather. The paper, the texture of the paper is a little different than what I'm used to. So, and that's not a bad thing. It's really nice paper. All right, let's see. This is J. Herbon Shogun. So I feel like there's a bit of a tooth to the paper because I don't feel like my pen just skates across it like some paper, but I think that's good. I feel like that gives me a little more control. Let's do a little bit of, let's put down some ink and see what it does. Just trying to pull a little bit of ink to see what, because I can definitely see the shading up here in Honey. I love the way that ink looks. It's so pretty. I don't know if that's coming across. But I do like this paper. It, like I said, it gives you a little bit of a grip, so it doesn't feel like you're just kind of skating across the paper with no control. Alright, so I haven't used this in a while. I'm not really sure how it's going to perform. So this is my Carolina Pen Co. in Golden Abalone with my Monarch nib. And the ink is Kobe Sunset Clouds. Okay, now let's try it with the reverse side because it's going to put down some ink. Okay, so let's see what we think about some pen tests on this paper. Alright, so it does show some shading on both of the top two inks. There's just some slight shading. I'm not sure. It's really not showing the shimmer. It makes the ink look more metallic. Let's see. So you can see that it shines, right? But let me show you what it looks like on Tomoe River paper. So I'm just wanting to give you a good representation of what the paper looks like. Maybe. Here we go. So Shogun is one of my favorite inks. I adore it. And while you can see the properties, it's not the same. So this is on Tomoe River paper. Eco. And a broad nib, white with J. Bond. But do you see my writing is a lot messier on this. I think it's just absorbing quicker on the MeePlus paper versus sitting on top of it with the Tomorrow River paper. Shogun. So let me just show you just the slight difference. You can see, you can definitely see that it does, but it looks more like the sheen than like a shimmer ink, at least in person. I can try to see how it's coming through, but it's very similar, but also different. Let me just do a little swatch like I did on that one. We'll have to give that a second to dry because it takes a minute. But then my Carolina Pen Co. with the superfine nib writes really nice on here. It's nice paper. It feels really nice. So let's see. It's still drying. So we'll give that a minute to dry. But I do want to get it kind of set up. I'll come back to this in just a minute. So what I'll probably do is just kind of get everything in here, and I'm just going to tell you a little bit about how I'm going to use each section. I would like to maybe decorate this, but this is my work planner, so I probably won't. Oh, we're way zoomed in. Sorry about that. Yeah, I would like to decorate this, and maybe if I can find some appropriate, but I will be pulling this out like in client meetings and things like that. So I want to kind of keep it as professional as possible, but I do have some stickers that I will be using to date this, and what I'll probably do is go forward. So I'll probably just put like my 2025 stickers from August, September, October, November, and December, and then do a 2026 sticker so I can forward plan for and not waste the rest of this calendar. And I will probably just kind of forward plan, but then once the next year starts, I will probably end up using 2 of these, so I can do one for work and one for personal. Maybe, I don't know. I don't feel like I have a ton of stuff. What I mainly wanted it for was like meetings, and so I would probably put in a divider at least, and then some paper. And then I have blank paper too. And I really like the blank paper for just kind of jotting things down, or if I need to make little doodles of like, if I'm doing a walkthrough and I need to remember like something about an area, I can kind of doodle it out. So I think that's probably what I'll use the blank paper for. So I don't know that I'm going to put like a whole lot of it in, at least for now. I did pick up some project managers as well. So those I will be, let's do that. I don't know if it, yeah, I don't think it matters. I picked up some project managers, so I will use those as well to try to keep everything kind of separate. So what I intend to do is have one section obviously for the monthly and those types of things with meetings, PTO for my staff, and any walkthroughs or client visits that I have to schedule. And then I want to have a section with, I don't really need like a weekly section, but I probably will have, like I use in my other one, I just have a breakdown of, you know, like 7 days on one page, just horizontal. So I will do a full setup on this, and then we'll kind of go through it after. I don't want to sit here and take up so much time setting all this up, because also I'm here to talk to you about this product. I may be using other company products in my setup, and I really want to feature the MeePlus cover and all of the stuff that they included in this. But my goal is to have the calendar in the front for like my meetings, my team's PTO, my travel days, things like that that I have to put in there. And then the next section, I'd like to have meeting notes. So I do 2 different meetings a week. I have my personal meeting with my regional, and then we have a like meeting with all of the branch managers of the region, and we kind of go over financials and things like that. So I want to have that separated into 2 sections, because sometimes there are things that I have to go over my staff with, and ideally I would like to have, you know, 1 page, jot down all the notes for that one meeting, and then as I go over it with my staff or do whatever I need to with it, once I'm finished, I can archive that. I can keep it in a notebook for the year, and then, you know, at the end of the year, I can do away with it because I won't need it forever. So I would have those 2 sections kind of separated by either a project manager or by these little dividers. And then I would like to have like a task list for daily tasks, maybe just a running to-do list or something like that, but just a section that would also just kind of be archived at the end of the month. It doesn't necessarily have to be dated or anything like that, but more of just a running to-do list. But I would like to have that kind of separated. So I'm going to have to figure out how I want to find what section is the section I'm looking for. And while that may be just little dividers, like these are really thin, so I could do those and then maybe put a tab on the side of them for which section is which. And I think that would probably ultimately work the best. And then lastly, just a section for my clients and prospective clients. When I go out and make sales calls, I always jot down who I talk to. Most of the time, if you're a salesperson, you know you're not going to. So yeah, if you're a salesperson, you know that you have to make notes and remember who you talk to. So the next time you come, you remember that person, little things about them if you had a conversation with them. So I want a section in the back for that, so I can just have that with me all the time. And I just think that would be ideal. That's basically my setup. And then I like to keep my sailor pen. I have a little sailor pocket pen that I like to keep in my planner, but I'm not sure if that's the pen that I will use in this. I kind of want to use a click pen, but then I'm kind of nervous to do that, like a click fountain pen, because if I throw it in my purse or my bag, I don't want to risk it leaking, because I have had the clicky pens, not the vanishing points, but other clicky pens, I've had them kind of leak. It's just really if you kind of toss it in the bag or whatever and you're not as careful. But so I don't know what pen I plan on carrying in this, but as you can see, it's not, I mean, I didn't put hardly any paper in it, but let's close it. I mean, it's very similar to my current planner, only a lot bigger. I love it. I'm not sure how I feel about the pen loop, just because, but I always need a pen. So I kind of wish I had asked for the pen loop to be separate from the closure, but I can always order it. Like I said, I definitely intend to pick up a waxed leather. I I don't know that I'd need another A5 though, because really this will be my only work planner, but I do like to swap out my personal one. And this, I probably will be maybe combining them at least for a while. I don't know. I just find it's hard to try to carry several planners. Oh, it smells so good. And it's such a pretty green. Oh, I love this. I went back and forth so many times, so I was like, I should just get a brown or, you know. No, I am so happy that I picked this one. That's beautiful. I love this color. But I really like that they don't, like, have any branding. I mean, I wouldn't mind if it's just, you know, here on the back, like most companies do. They usually do their branding just, you know, right there. I wouldn't mind that at all. Because, you know, when you're carrying it around and people are like, oh, what you carrying? What's your planner? You know, it's MeePlus. I love what they mentioned about that though, because I do feel like, and I mean, maybe this is just me, but I don't think it is, that my planner is just an extension of me. I have everything in there. That's how I know what I have, when I have it, what I need to do. So I think the name, how they had mentioned that, that's where the name came from, was that it's, you know, it's you or me plus. So I do feel like that's very accurate, because it's just an extension of me. I really like this. I love the color of it 100%, but I also like that it's silver. I am not a gold person. I do like rose gold, but I am not a gold person. And the fact that I can customize this instead of having to have gold or having to have silver, if I was, you know, I mean, not everybody likes silver. So I could see somebody wanting gold hardware. And I love that they allow you to customize it no matter which color or type of leather that you're getting. I will link their website down below. I will add what I have, like mine actual, that's how I'll link it to it. Maybe I'll do two separate links. I'll do a link to just their website, and then I'll link to this, because when I went looking for it, I wasn't sure that I was looking at the right thing. It took me a minute to kind of make sure that I was where I needed to be in just like, because there were different customizations. So I wanted to make sure that I ordered the right thing. But like I mentioned, they are very responsive. I spoke back and forth for a while before I even actually placed the order, which, again, that I did not pay for. I just want you to know that. But I always give honest reviews. And I mean, this is very well made. I love it. It feels like really nice Pueblo leather. It's a little more textured than like your, what do they call those? The softer, whatever. I mean, I have leather like it. I can't remember what, there's a name for it. But the Pueblo leather tends to be a little more rugged, and that's kind of why I wanted this one. I didn't want to worry about if I was going to scratch my leather, which I've kind of passed that, but I still do get kind of upset when I scratch something for the first time. And I knew this was going to be, you know, being used, not sitting at my desk. This is going to go with me everywhere. So I hope that the size works. I need more room to write, which was why I opted for the A5, because I could have used my current personal, and that's what I've been using, and it's just not enough room to write my notes in. So I thought this would be perfect. And so I had seen, I think I had seen an advertisement for them, or I saw them on somebody else's channel, And I was like, oh, I should definitely check into that because I'm in the market, you know. I might be wanting to get a larger slim notebook. So yeah, when I saw on their website, I just peruse websites a lot. Whenever I go onto a website, I really kind of dig in and look before I really buy from somebody, especially a new shop. I want to know that I'm buying something reputable and quality. And, you know, newer shops, if they don't have a lot of exposure. So I did find some videos, but I didn't see a lot about this company. They do seem to be a little more affordable than some of the other options. There are a couple other companies out there that make something similar, and theirs seems to be a little more affordable. Leather is leather. You're gonna pay for it. So if you think you're gonna get a good piece of leather for under $100, it tends to not happen. Not when you're talking about rings, because the mechanisms cost money. And all of the added things, you know, that costs money. Yes, you can go get just a plain notebook cover or whatever with no pockets and just some strings for cheaper than that. Sometimes, depending on where you're getting it from. But when you're talking about somebody that is, you know, working with rings and has to buy all of these other things to go with it and do the added work for the leather, then you're going to look at spending some money. So I know this is not going to be for everybody, and I'm sorry if it's, you know, out of your budget. That's, you know, it's not my intent to come on here and try to push somebody to buy something that they can't afford. That's never been my intent with anything that I buy. I just like to share what I get and what I receive or what I purchase with you guys, in hopes that if you're looking for something like this, that it might spark some, you know, interest in going to look. So that's why I do these videos, and I enjoy doing them. So I love this. It's called the SlimPad. It's very nice. I love the silver and the green. Okay, let me show you this real quick. So this paper, actually when it dries, it does look very similar. So now that they're both completely dry, yep, you can see it good. So I thought I was mistaken. It's just definitely showing very similar. Let's see if you can get that. Come on now. I think you can barely see that down there. But yeah, it just looks more like a metallic ink. I guess I was thinking that it looked more like a shimmer ink. And to me, it does look more metallic-y. But with them both like fully dry, yeah, they're the same. They're very much the same. It's just a little thicker. And it's not... It is a little thicker, but it's not real thick. I don't think it would bulk up this planner at all. So, yeah. Paper seems very similar. It shows some nice properties. I love the shading on KWZ Honey. But even this Deep Umber has some nice shading too. Some darker spots and lighter spots. I like that. So yeah, I like this paper. It is so soft, and it feels very similar on both sides. So I know there have been some questions about the Tomoe River paper being coated on one side, but I think that's Hobonichi's doing. Coating it differently or something. But it feels the same. I guess I could have written on both sides just to do... I'll do that real quick. This video is going to be so long. I'm so sorry. So... Oh, I misspelled Leonardo. Mento Zero. Yeah, I think it's the same on both sides. Just figured I'd share that. I did not spell Leonardo right. But yeah, I'm pretty sure that it's the same on both sides. It feels very similar or the same. So, yes, that is going to be everything. I have a mess on my desk. Oh yeah, I did say I'd try to test some larger pens, didn't I? Larger pen testing. So this is a Carolina Pen Co. Perfect. Comes in, out perfectly. Helicon, which is one, oh, that's nice. That is perfect. That is, yeah, and it's probably one of my thicker pens. Perfect. My Leonardo, it's a little snug right around the top, but I think it'll stretch out just a hair. I think it, you know, once you kind of get your pens going in and out of it, perfect. All right, here's the test. TWSBI. Everybody knows what a TWSBI is. Let's see if it'll go in. Yep. Might have to mess around with the clip a little bit. Perfect. That is the perfect size pen loop. I don't think you'll have any problems. Yeah, I must have not had this kind of, because yeah, there we go. That is a Sailor Pro Gear Slim. No issues whatsoever putting any of those pens. Do I have, let me get my watch. I feel like it's a little bit of a chunkier pen. Yeah, that one might, yeah, that one's not gonna go. So if you're looking to put, well, I guess it will, but you're probably gonna need to stretch it out a little bit. Oh, I don't want to mess this up. There we go. Yeah, let's not do that again. Hey, what are you doing? Are you playing in a box? He's sitting in the box. He barely fits. But yeah, so Walltown Watts, a little bit too thick, I think. Let's see. Zodiac Pen Co. in Virgo. Nah, that one's fine. Let's do one more. We'll do an Esterbrook ST since they are very popular. Esterbrook ST. Perfect. Yep, no issues. Perfect. Alpha from Myers Pen Co. Fits in there perfect. I think this is the Alpha Petite, but it actually is like perfect. Perfectly snug. I love it. I'm so excited now because I can use all of my pens. All of my pens. I'm going to share you guys a picture of what my cat's doing. Hey, what you doing? Are you sitting in the box? I'll drop a picture of him in here. Okay, so that is my first initial thoughts on the MeePlus. The quality seems excellent. Shipping was fast. From coming from Hong Kong, 14 days. I mean, I had this in a month, and I don't even think they started working on it for at least a few days. Because we talked back and forth for quite some time. My initial message was July 18th. July 24th was when they started working, I think. July 24th, yes. July 24th was when they started working on it. It said that they expect it to take about 1 week to make it, and then another 1 to 2 weeks for shipping. So, and that was right on par. It was 14 days exactly for shipping and about a week before it shipped from when she said that it would. So, perfect. I couldn't be happier with that kind of turnaround from Hong Kong. It's beautiful. Beautiful product. So, go check them out. I will link their shop and things below. And let me know what you think about this. I'd love to hear your thoughts on what I'm going to do with it, how I'm going to use it. And I know it's kind of just a rough little draft right now, but I'm going to work through setting it all up, and then we'll come back and do a little update, or I might do a full setup video maybe when I kind of get in my head what I'm going to use and how I'm going to use it. Does that make sense? Hopefully. All right. So yeah, you have to let me know what you think about this. I absolutely love the leather. It smells so good. I love the color. The band is really nice. It seems very sturdy. Yeah, I'm very happy with the process and the final product. It's beautiful. So let me know your thoughts. If you like this video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.